I've had several people ask me through the last couple of years why I started eating carnivore and whether or not I'm ever going to quit or how long I can hang in there. So, back on June 22nd, 2023, that's when this little adventure for me started, and it was an interesting endeavor. Real quick, the backstory: I was listening to a podcast that one of the hosts had a very special guest on by the name of Dr. Ken Berry, and they were talking about, go figure, they were talking about diet and talking about the keto diet and the carnivore diet and all that fun stuff. And I'd never really, I'm not a dieter, have never dieted. I was eating the standard American diet, if you want to be honest with. And they started talking about the kind of food they eat. And I thought, proper human diet is eating beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. Essentially, that's what they were getting at. And I thought, well, shoot, that's right up my alley. Those are my favorite food groups. Next day, that's what I did. Jumped right in. It was a fascinating experience. I didn't have any, health problems to think of. No diseases or anything like that I was trying to control. I just wanted to eat good food all the time. Good what I thought tasted good. It still does. So coming up here in a couple months, I'll be going on 3 years, which is great. I've lost about 30 pounds. Didn't really think I had a tremendous amount of weight to lose in the first place. I didn't consider myself overweight or anything like that. But right now I'm hovering around 143, 145, somewhere in there on a regular basis. And I tell you what, probably in the last 2.5 months, I have eaten exclusively, and I shouldn't say exclusively, but we'll say 95% primarily is just beef in the form of hamburger primarily, and butter and salt. Occasionally I'll throw some eggs in there. Occasionally I'll throw some bacon in there. And you may have caught in some of my beef chip videos. Obviously, those are more often than not just beef, maybe a little bit of liquid smoke in there just to remind myself what other outside flavors are like, and some salt. So that's what I eat. That is what I eat. I mean, I'm eating for $7.5 a day tops, absolutely tops, all day long. So in the very beginning, I was experiencing, I didn't know what to experience. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, I should say. And as time went on, I started to really pay attention to what was going on with my body, my mind. Because I mean, obviously, you can see, the weight loss is like, wow, this is kind of catastrophic. I shouldn't say catastrophic, but it was all of a sudden, so to speak. And I thought, well, this is going to be interesting. I've never experienced this before, and I'd always had, back pain, ankle pain, shoulder pain, but I was lifting stuff at work or moving here, moving there, and never really thought much of it. And I began to realize this talk about inflammation, and the dangers and the problems that inflammation brings to people. And I started to realize, like, wait a minute, all these aches and pains are starting to go away. I mean, as in within a couple of weeks. I thought, well, hey, I don't have to complain about bending over, putting my boots on before I go to work. I just do it, and with no back pain. And before you know it, it kind of just dawned on me. It's like, oh, wait a minute. These things are caused by inflammation, and they all went away. And what have I changed? I changed my diet. I stopped eating, instead of eating mouthfuls of carbohydrate-rich crap. I mean, I started consuming maybe 3 carbohydrates a week. I don't even know what form those were in, but that had come from somewhere, I guess. But the point is that all this went away by changing my diet, simplifying my lifestyle. I'm telling you, the minute that you can simplify something as something that we all do, eat. Sometimes some of us eat multiple times a day. I eat once or twice a day normally. But my routine, my regimen is so basic, so simple, so straightforward. I mean, I'm a routine individual, which helps anyways, but probably most people aren't to begin with. But it is like fundamentally simplified my life. One major thing in my life, which is food. And for a lot of people, that's a very, very major thing. And it's a major thing for everybody. I mean, go without food for a few weeks. You'll find out how major of a problem you've got. But the point is that finding out what you're going to eat every day, what do you feel like eating, what's everybody else eating, all these things, every single day, excuse me, more often than not, multiple times a day. I mean, before you know it, a third of your day is all wound up in what am I going to eat? When am I going to eat? How am I going to prepare it? How much is it going to cost? Where am I going to go? Do I have everything I have to make it? Do I go to the grocery store? Do I go to the fast food joint? And it goes on and on and on. I don't have any of that. I go shopping every few weeks, buy what I can stuff in my freezer as far as hamburger goes, maybe some tri-tips when I'm feeling frisky, and rock on with life. Keep my butter supply in check, and I love butter. And I collect salt like some people collect other crazy hobby things. I got a lot of salt. But those were just, that was a big major thing that I did, was simplify my life. Now, I'll tell you another thing. Another thing that was really, really, really noticeable with me was my cognitive, my mental aptitude, I guess, with my level of focus at work, level of focus at home. It really, really made a huge, huge difference. And it's hard to put into words on how to measure that, I guess. I mean, you can measure a lot of different things by whatever metric you can use. As far as mental goes, all I know is that I'm not smarter, but arguably, my wife would probably say that that ain't going to happen. But at least I could focus and concentrate a heck of a lot better. That right there was solid gold. If I had known this 30 years ago, I'd have been on board day one. If that was the only thing that would have come from it, I would have been on board. I tell you, it's. My grandson asks me all the time, how long are you going to go on with this? And I said, I'm going to go on forever like this. Why would I change something this good? I mean, it's been really good to me. I love every minute of it. I've never felt better. And until something changes catastrophically, I suppose, I have no desire to do anything else. And by the way, I quit drinking this month. It's been a full year. I don't think I could have done it unless I was carnivore. Carnivore does something to people. I wouldn't have probably started sitting in front of a camera talking to it, doing YouTube and all whatever else if I hadn't been carnivore. Believe me, carnivore does a lot. It does a lot. Guys, this is Luke, Captain Carnivore. I'm just dropping in for a quick chat. If you like the videos, please like and subscribe to them. I love making the beef chip videos. Those are so much fun. Some people snack, some people don't. Some people say it's okay. Some people say it's the death to you. I snack. I make carnivore ice cream. I make butter bites. And when I'm at work, those are the kind of things that I like to gravitate towards sometimes. And it's not like sit down and eat a bag of potato chips, not that kind of thing. So it works for me. It works for me. This is what works for me. Find what works for you and do what works for you. This is Luke, Captain Carnivore. Guys, thanks for dragging along with this. I appreciate all of you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of your neighbors. Be kind. I'm going to catch you on the next one.